Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. On behalf of the Sydney University Muslim Student Association, or SUMSA, I would like to welcome you all here today to this very special SUMSA weekly lecture. Our guest has come all the way from North America and is a da'i with a unique perspective. He started his career as a stand-up comedian in Detroit, Michigan, and worked his way up before making the big time in Hollywood in 1999. He appeared in a number of films, including Internet Dating and Life is Hot in Cracktown, before fulfilling a role as a stunt double for Chris Tucker in Rush Hour 2. Now an enthusiastic and devoted Muslim, he spends his time as an active da'i, presenting Islam as the solution for common youth problems such as gang violence and drugs. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Brother Omar Regan as he presents his life story from Hollywood to Hajj. And just a quick note before we start, there'll be a Q&A session at the end of this lecture, so be sure to stick around for that. And Omar Regan has a dinner and comedy show tonight. There's still, I think, around 20 tickets left, and they're $50 each, so if you'd like to purchase them, you can purchase them after the lecture. And also next week's lecture will be on the topic of purification of the heart, and it'll be at room N208 at the John Woolley building next week. So, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Man, first, alhamdulillah, I want to thank you all. I want to, let's just pass. Alhamdulillah. Oh wait, one more sister. We got you. I want to thank you all, alhamdulillah, really, thank you for the warm welcome. I like Australia, man. It's the first time I've been here, and it's nice. So, thank you all. I promise you, shukran. It means a lot. I'm learning so much too. Coming from America, I was looking for kangaroos and stuff. I didn't even. We so messed up over there. We just are. Make dua for us. So, alhamdulillah, shukran for having me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله كثيرا الحمد لله على كل حال. I seek refuge in Allah from misleading and from being misled, from betraying and being betrayed into ignorance by others. I ask Allah to guide my heart and to guide my tongue. I ask Allah to give all of us a look that is merciful, a heart that is enlightened, a tongue that is truthful, a knowledge that is useful, a conduct and a character that Allah is pleased with. And may He have mercy on me and all of us and raise us in the company of the righteous. Ameen. Okay, so coming from Hollywood to Hajj, so what have I been up to lately? I started this thing. I didn't know he was going to say all of that stuff. I don't never really tell everybody about all the movies I did, especially that Life is Hot in Cracktown, because we was crackheads. It's not a lot of dawah in that. It was a good story though. It's just so much filth inside of that movie. It was so horrible. I don't even encourage anybody to go see it. And I don't like to say that because be like, Omar said don't go see it, and then it makes everybody want to go see why I said don't go see it. But really, the guy, when I got the call to be in, I was excited about just doing a movie. I just really wanted to do a movie because usually they would always try to get me, the way that they try to get me to do films, at first they offered me so much money for all of these gay roles. So serious, man. They had me, do I have to lean in here? Or I could just talk right here? Can y'all hear me when I'm standing right here? Yeah. Okay, cool. So they had give me it was so much money they was trying to offer me for the gay roles. And I was upset, I'm grateful that Allah gave me strength to say no, because I needed some money. And they kept doing it until they stopped giving me, they wouldn't even send me out on no more jobs at all. They was like, forget it, and I had to ride my contract out. Oh, I was happy to get this film, even though I was a crackhead. I was telling us true story about how crackheads survive, what really goes on in the community of crackheads. I know, go figure. And everything else, everybody that's on drugs, like, what is their life like? It was an interesting story. Like, wow, I would want to know what they're doing. So I mean, I took the role. I don't think I want to ever take that role again. I got offered to play another crackhead. I didn't do it. It's interesting because in Hollywood kind of like really teach you to really be comfortable with being fake. Like, be comfortable with not being who you are. And even in Hollywood, when the cameras are not rolling, you get used to that. And you become fake all the time. And you don't really be who you really truly are unless you're at home and nobody else is around. And then you find yourself not really being who you are then, and you get lost and you get confused. And when I went for the Hajj, I started understanding that because I was raised Muslim. But because my name was Omar Regan, my mother, she had took Shahada when I was 5 years old. So she never legally changed my name to what we know as a Muslim name. And I mean, I didn't know, I was 5 years old, so I didn't know really what we was going through, any changes. But I do remember, like, my aunts and uncles and them started a bunch of trouble, and you know, they tried to get us taken away and put into what do you call them things? I don't know if it's the same over here, like child protective services and stuff, because they took us out of the public school and put us in Muslim school. And like, Islamophobia was way back then. They just put a title on it today. But they was kicking the door and, you know, arrested my mother and everything, all just because they was able to lie, and because she become Muslim and they made up some lies. And so, alhamdulillah, we beat it and everything, beat it. You know, it didn't even go to have a case in court, but it just we grew up like that. And then I kind of, you know, took a break from Islam, if you will. Astaghfirullah. I don't like to say that, but it's the truth. And just was hanging out with Muslims, and we was just bad people. It wasn't even about, like, you know, it wasn't about being Muslim or not being Muslim. We was just bad. And we all had Quran, we all knew Deen, everything. But nobody would never attribute any Islam to us. It's kind of like the worst times in my life, honestly. I really want to tell y'all, please, don't do it. Don't take a break. Because just for me going through that, what happened was, when I left from around, I never stopped making salat. Alhamdulillah, I was grateful to Allah, even though I ain't had the strength to be like, no, I'm gonna pray. You know, I would just go and hide and sneak off and go pray sometimes. But when I left from being around them, immediately one got killed, another one got shot and paralyzed for the rest of his life. Another one went to jail. Close friends of mine that I was with every day. When I started hanging out with them, wallahi, man, it was the first time that somebody had pulled a gun out on me like this, you know, just at my head. I was thinking, I promise you, what I was thinking when that happened, because I was in what we know, man, I don't even like saying it. I was in a crack house. I didn't want to commit to selling drugs, but I didn't want to leave my brother. And I knew he was selling drugs. So I was there with him. And when the guy came in with the gun, he pointed it at both of us. And you know what went through my head? Was, honestly, I said, wow, what is Umi and Abu and all of them gonna think? Why was I here? Why was I here? I had no business being here. And it shamed me, and I thought it was a wrap. But, you know, come to find out that they said the crackhead didn't have no bullets in the gun. He couldn't afford it. We didn't know, you know, but alhamdulillah, I mean, you know, we didn't get shot. It's just little different experiences like that it made me come full circle. It helped me later. I didn't get the message right then. I'm not trying to, you know, I didn't get the message. But when I had left from around them and I went back to Detroit, because this was in Atlanta, I went back to Detroit. Then I found, when one brother got killed, the other one got paralyzed, and then the other went to jail. I was like, wow, I need to really start making sure I get back on my deen. Because what I found being Muslim, for the non-Muslims that's here, is that it just give it a little bit of discipline as far as having some good character. That's what Islam did, especially coming out of the hood. It just made you, when you say you had to pray 5 times a day, it just gave you some discipline so that you can understand that there's more to life than just wilding out or getting the attention. What I knew from my Christian friends, they took it for granted, just like we took it for granted, but it was on a larger scale. Like, oh, okay, their excuse was they could do whatever they want to do, and Jesus died for their sins. I mean, and I understood that we just had a different understanding, but I was like, I don't want this to be an excuse to make me a bad person, to hurt people, or to disregard people in general. And that's why I wanted to make sure I tighten up in Islam. Then, I mean, alhamdulillah, once I did that, I got to know Christians, they have, they have the same thing. That, if you try to be what you call, or what they say, Christ-like, then you would, care about people in general. But, I mean, for the masses, it was a big switch. So, I went to Hollywood. I left Detroit and I went to Hollywood. I was still going through a lot because I wanted to make it. I wanted to be somebody. I did. But I didn't really want to be a celebrity. I really wanted to do something that I like to do and make a lot of money so that I can be able to help the hood. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make change. I wanted to help the masjids. And I was tired because I was like, man, I can't do anything. So I started pursuing the acting. But I'm grateful that Allah wouldn't allow me to compromise, being gay or anything like. They used to tell me, let me tell you what they told me. Omar, it's not real. I mean, you can play gay, it's acting. And I was like, yeah, but you're not gonna touch him. I was like, yeah, but you asking me, I gotta look at this man as if I'm really, I don't know how to do that. Then you're not a good actor. That's what they was telling me. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take that. And it plays with your mind. It just play with your mind. I was like, why not? Are you homophobic? And I was like, no. And then I had to go back to the Quran. I'm not homophobic. In Islam, we're not homophobics. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Lut alayhi salam, they distracted me. No, I'm sorry. Prophet Lut alayhi salam, he was told to go to all of the gay people and offer his daughters to them. So, an example from in the Quran, we know that we can't be homophobic. It's not something that we're just oh no, get away from me. So I was telling them, no, that's not Islam. I'm not tripping like that. Me personally, I'm just not interested. It's not something I want to do. I don't want to do that. That's not me. I don't want to portray that. I want to portray me or, somewhere where I'll be able to help people. And I have a line that I've crossed and they don't appreciate it. So they shelved me for a long time and I had to go out and make my own way in Hollywood. I got this Chris Tucker job, right? Out of the blue. And I'm telling you, for anything that you do, anything that you're interested in doing, I know for a fact that I only got the Chris Tucker job only because I was working hard. I kept getting rejected. No. I mean, they must have told me no to everything. Every audition, no. Everything that I thought was good, no. All of the big movies, no. I'm like, man, out of the blue, the guy just calls me and say, hey, we need you to do the Chris Tucker. And I was like, I didn't really question it. In my mind, I did. I was like, how am I gonna do the Chris Tucker? I'm 5'9", Chris Tucker's 6'3". You feel me? It don't even match. They was like, don't worry about it. I had hair. They was like, don't worry about it. We cut your hair. They put the makeup on me. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures, but you could Google it. Me and Chris Tucker standing there. You see, he's all tall and I'm all short. We got the same suit on and everything. I'm like, it's really happening. Is this happening? And I was tripping because I got it and I met Jackie Chan. I was VIP. It was like, I made it. Yay. And then after I did that job, Chris Tucker don't do another movie for 4 or 5 years. And it's like, man, this is not gonna work out for me. But I kind of knew that when they didn't take me to Hong Kong, that I really wasn't that important. I'm so serious, y'all. As the photo double, I found out, I thought I had made it because I used to just be one of the people that's walking in the background, the extras. I'm like, that's me. And I thought once I got this Chris Tucker job, I was like, yes, I made it. And then they was like, I was the guinea pig. I was the guy to save Chris Tucker because he got a high insurance policy on him. And we need to keep the stunt double safe because he's got to do all the extra danger stuff. Go grab Omar. Hey, come here, Omar. And they would put these cables on me because they was only going to get this shot of him, and they wasn't going to really get his face. And that's who I was. It's really not all that it was cracked up to be. But I was so grateful, I was so excited to be able to have it. And I'm up there with Jackie Chan and we running and I'm acting like I kicked the guy out the window and the glass is splattering and they're like, Omar, you okay? They really took care of me. They was nice. But I did understand that I really wasn't, I was replaceable. Easy. We can go and get somebody else, but we want to use you. So, alhamdulillah, I was really grateful. I did the Chris Tucker thing first. And then I found I wasn't getting no more work for a long time. And then I did this movie with Cat Williams, Internet Dating. And then I did that Life is Hot in Cracktown. I did another film. You understand, I've done a lot of things. I forgot you guys are students. I've got to talk right, like I got some sense. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. And they probably are gonna come out later. Like sometimes in Hollywood, they take a long time for a movie to come out. I played some gangsters and I got shot and, sometimes I'm in a movie for 2 minutes, but it was cool. And now I'm like, I have a whole nother different focus. I've been doing, I didn't start out doing halal comedy, but I was clean. But I ended up just entertaining. One day, this is what happened. One day we was at the Eid and all the kids was bored and they was sitting there and they was like, hey, can we keep them entertained? And so I was like, okay. And I got the microphone and I started doing the voices because I think this comes from listening to Quran. I promise you. I would listen because I can listen and I would replay. If I liked it, I would listen to it. I was like, I could do that. And that's how I learned how to call the adhan. And how I started learning different surahs, I would listen. And then I would be like, oh, I can get them. I can do it. So I did that. I did it with Chris Tucker, and before I knew it, I was like, he would say something. Hey man, what's up, man? I could play it right back. I was watching Sesame Street, and Elmo was big. Whatever was big, I was like, oh, that's kind of unique. Oh, I loves it too. I was like, I could do that. So I started doing that, and it was an Eid. So I started doing that with the kids, and somebody taped it. When they taped it, it turned to be like, oh, this is halal comedy. So I was like, oh, we labeled it halal comedy, put it on YouTube. Put it on YouTube, mixed with, oh, I gotta tell you this part. They did not give me credit. My name was not in the credits for the Rush Hour 2. When the Rush Hour 2 came out, I was so excited. I sat in the movie and was just waiting. Could you rewind it? That's how I felt. I was looking for my name like, no! I started calling people like, hey, my name ain't in the credits. Where's my name in the credits? My name. Sorry, Omar, there's no way for us to retract everything. We must have missed it. I was so distraught. I was so sad. I was walking around with my head hanging low like, oh, I'm never going to get no more work now. As I had thought I made it. And what really tripped me out, to be honest with y'all, is that Allah has not stopped giving me credit. After I accepted the fact that it was rap, I'm still getting credit for working on Rush Hour 2. That is amazing to me because Allah's promise is true. He says everything that you do that is good, you're going to get rewarded for. I'm still getting credit. I go different places. I'm on the Hajj and the man finds me on all of these people. They were like, oh, Omar Regan. Somebody told him I was there and he was like, oh yeah, I know about him. And then they started a whole big rumor that Chris Tucker became Muslim and changed his name to Omar Regan. I was walking around like, what? This is crazy, man. But I'm trying to tell you everything pretty much in a short period of time so we can have some questions and answering. And then now, that's how the Hollywood comedy thing happened. Hollywood comedy, halal comedy started happening. I started traveling because they started saying, who said Muslims can't have fun? And Magic came up with that title, and it was unique because I started going to different places and people was like, wow, you guys are really cool. I just didn't know Muslims. Wow, you guys smile. Oh my God. Like it was, you know what I mean, because of the news, and then sometimes they catch Muslims on a bad day. You know, Muslims be sitting there. You could be just thinking about the test you got. And then somebody, look at him, look at him. Just angry people, look at him. You know, and then for us, I mean, the Muslims, like, man, may Allah have mercy on y'all, because y'all on the front line. Like, I could pass. You know, I got my Billy the Kid shirt. Shout out to Billy the Kid. May Allah give him victory on his fight. He's Australian. He's got a fight coming up, and I was representing his shirt. But he's got, you know, nobody would know. You know what I mean? I could just walk down. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. But the Muslim, they just look. There's another one. Oh my God! Are there? It's a lot of them. Do you see? It's a lot of them today. Like it's something so abnormal. That's what happened in the States. I don't think it happens here too much because you guys are a lot different. I find the people are so nice, Muslims and non-Muslims. Everybody just really been nice. You know, it's not so much prejudice in here. Everybody like, well, you just don't know. Good eye, mate. Come here. But I mean, this is how the halal comedy started, and I started traveling. And they was like, "Hey, man, entertain the people." And then I started writing, and then I didn't even know it was other Muslims that was doing comedy for Muslims, and I was like, "Wow!" And I wanted to do more. I didn't want to just do comedy just for Muslims. I wanted to do comedy for people, because I started thinking, us Muslims, we turn this thing into, like, we start living like a gang, like a religious gang. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm Muslim, what? I'm Christian, what? Jews over here, player. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? What? Where the Hindus at? You know what I mean? That's how we start living, man. We start doing stuff like that, and it's whack. Like, you know what I mean? We really supposed to just, Allah said He created us different, so that we get to know each other. Made us different races, different cultures, so we get to know each other. And the whole thing that we have to come together on is that it's only one God. So I'm so grateful now that I wanted to do something different just for people in general, and now I'm co-producer of this tour called the Fanatical. We have a Fanatical comedy tour, and it's called We Come in Peace. And it's a Muslim, it's Christian, and it's a Jew, and we travel and we perform clean comedy. And we poke fun at stereotypes. So you can look it up, fanaticalcomedy.com. I'm co-producer of that. I'm grateful. It's spelled F-U-N, fun, atical, A-T-I-C-A-L, comedy.com. And hopefully, inshallah, I come over here, I'm like, we got to go to Australia and try, you know what I mean, do this. So maybe we'll call SUMSA, see what we can work out. But that's some work. And then the other work that I'm doing, inshallah, we'll open it up for questions and answering, is I was tired of, first of all, I was tired of black people not being able to be in a lot of movies. You know, unless you're big and famous, we don't really get our movies out there. And then I was tired of black people having to be gay or put on a dress to get a movie sold. And then I was tired of Arab people always having to be a terrorist. And I was tired of if it's a sister in hijab, that she has to be crying, no, in every movie, you know what I mean? Or she has to be abused. I was tired of that. So I formed this production company along with a partner of mine called Bani Adam Productions, right? And Bani Adam is because I don't want us to be secluded from everybody. It's called The Children of Adam. And the children of Adam will come together and we will make movies that will benefit all of us. That we don't have to poke fun at nobody. Somebody got to be the bad guy though. Sometimes, you know, we have to take turns. That's all I'm saying. It can't always just be, you know, I mean, the Muslims can't always be the bad guy. I'm just saying. So, Bani Adam Productions, and the first production that I'm working on now is, this is a Muslim Mission Impossible. Right? So I'm doing martial arts inside of the film, and my name is Muhammad Man, and it's my job to stop the social crimes. And this first scenes that we're doing is a group of we had to pick on somebody, so we grabbed the Russians. I'm sorry, we taking turns, guys. We taking turns. And the Russians is the bad guys in this one, right? And they human trafficking. They're kidnapping people and they put them in child labor and stuff. And I get the word from like this board of sheikhs. No, it don't look like that. Mashallah, mashallah. Yes. No, but I get the word, right? I get the message like, Omar, well, Muhammad, your mission is to, and then they put up the thing, because I was affected that my sister was a victim of human trafficking, and this is what affected me, and I shot it in Dubai, and now I'm editing, I'm in the editing process. It takes a while, but I'm really making everything professional, and I have to do some more shots. Like, I might have went over the top, I'm gonna ask y'all. Right, because I got this scene that I just gotta have. I have a sniper on the roof, right, and he's looking inside of me, and I'm all the way across in another building, and he just sees me sitting down, and he was like, "Yes, I have the shot," and they was like, "Take him out." And as soon as he shoot, right, I just happened to go in such the Lord, and the bullet go. And if y'all seen those movies, you know how you could just watch the bullet, and the bullet just missed me. And then it's like, oh, and that's because I was praying that, you know, I ain't get shot. So, I mean, my mind be just running wild like that. I like it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is what we do. We be praying all the time, you know. So I don't know if I went over the top, but, you know, inside of it, I got a lot of things come from Prophet Isa, so I wanted to make sure that I can remind Christians about the teachings of Prophet Isa. I thought that Muslims don't talk about, well, I could say Jesus. Muslims don't talk about Jesus enough. And I was like, I need to tell this story too. So I included a lot about how to be good people. That's reminding us of how to be good people. So I'm not interested in converting anybody. I'm just interested in trying to wake us up as a people so that we can really start looking at each other as human. Because the Prophet ﷺ he cared about everybody. He said if you saw hell, you wouldn't want nobody to go there. And this is how his practice, why he was. He had a heart. He wanted, the people was beating him and everything. And he was like, no, save them, save them. And that's just who he was. So I really want to get back to the essence, because to my understanding, that's Islam. So love everybody and be patient and try to help the world be a better place. So those are what the films that I'm working on. I want to action pack. And then that will be my message, and let's build some unity. Inshallah. Inshallah. Make dua for me. Then we get it in there, inshallah. And watch the movie when it come out. You feel me? Yeah. So we could do some question and answering, inshallah. And oh, he's ready already. He's like, I'm going first.
First, thanks for coming all the way from North America. My question is that you said your whole story is from going from bad to good. Yeah. What would you describe any turning point where you're like, okay, I really have to be good, like where you're like, I can't do this bad stuff anymore, I have to start just being good?
The one of the really ones, the turning point was when that crackhead pulled that gun out on me. That was a nice turning point. But then I had several. Honestly, I did. I had several turning points that I was like, man, and I just wouldn't get the message. That was one. The other one was, shoot, man, let me give you a little family. I wanted to, after that happened, I went back into Detroit, right? I was like, I gotta get my life right. I'm gonna get married. I'm 17 years old. I got married. 17. I know. You're like, what? Because I was wilding out. I mean, really, you know, I was wilding out. I wasn't being, you know, wasn't living right. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna force myself. I got married at 17, but I was still young and dumb. And I was having problems, you know what I mean? I was working, I had my own place. I wasn't living with my parents or anything. I had my own place, I was working, I was taking care, I was paying the bills and everything. And she was going to school, I wasn't going to school, I was working. And we just had problems because we was young. We didn't know no better. And then we didn't, at that time, we really didn't have the support from the elders, if you will. They didn't teach us, they just taught you get married. But they didn't teach us that you guys are going to go through some differences and that you speak different languages and that you be patient with one another and learn how to communicate. They didn't teach us, that she was going to get on my nerves and I was going to get on her nerves. And sometimes you're just going to be like, forget it all. I didn't know, so I was shocked. I was like, what is happening? And then what I do was, I know I'm going to lose a lot of you guys with this one. I was like, okay, forget it. I'm going to marry another one. So I did. At 19, I got 2 wives. At 20, I had 2 wives and 3 children. And I woke up. Like, this is my life? I was like, no! I messed it up. I lost all of them. Right? I did, man. I was like, okay, forget it. And I left. Got divorced from both wives. I just went single, left the kids in Detroit and went to Hollywood. I'm grateful. My son is with me now, though. It's severe. He's there. He's 18. So, yeah. I know, there he is. He's still hanging out with me. He wasn't mad. Like, you left me, Papa. But no, alhamdulillah, after I kind of got a little bit on my feet, I got the children and I raised the kids by myself for like 4.5 years. That was another turning point because, and I'm not trying to big up the Muslims. I'm not. But I am, in a sense, because we really do not understand what they go through as women, being men, because I had these kids by myself. I had to find a babysitter. I had to cook. I had to plan my job around the kids. Stuff that women have to do every day. I got to feed these critters. Oh, every day. Every day, and to the point where I just felt like I couldn't do it. I was out of my natural instinct as a man, if you will, but it made me appreciate the works of a woman. I had called all of them and was like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I said something. It was like, what did you do? I was like, I don't know. I just said, you get on my nerves. I'm sorry. Any little thing that I can think of that I had did to a woman, I had to go and apologize. I went to my daughter, Nora. She's about to be 16 now. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm going to have to send you home. She was like, why? I said, because I'm only feeding you noodles. It's ramen noodles. And then she said, Daddy, what's wrong with the noodles? And those little moments, like she said, those little moments is like, wow, that made me say, I gotta do something even more. I can't be living, hanging around the wrong crowd. I have life is bigger than all of this. We all have a purpose and we can't waste it on doing stuff that's not beneficial for us. And we can't just think about us. We beneficial for anybody else. So why would I just turn to be a gangster scaring people? I got low self-esteem. But I'm just trying to portray that I'm hard. Or why do I have to, sell drugs? I'm hurting people. Anything that hurts people or disrespect people, we don't need to be involved in it. And that's just as people. That's not as Muslims, that's just people in general. And these are turning points inside of my life that I was like, wow, I have to do something even bigger. So the gun, and then another turning point that made me say I had to do something bigger. They shot up my father. 2009, you might have heard about it, in Detroit, all on some Islamophobia stuff, and they was trying to say that he was a terrorist and all this stuff, and they shot him 21 times and they had some crazy story, and then they had to come back and say, oh, well, sorry, but my father's gone. So it's all of these different factors inside of my life that I was like, I have to do something huge. I have to remember everything that he was teaching me, everything that I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to be, and try to benefit. We live for each other. We don't really live for ourselves. Our job is to care for one another. And that's our job. If you read Surah Luqman and you read Surah Hajj, how Allah says that He named you Muslims, and the mankind will be a witness for you. You know what I mean? So it's like the term for the non-Muslims, Muslim means one submitting to God. That's what it means. You submit, surrender, to the Most High. You build your relationship with your Creator. That's what Muslim means. So it's not something that isolates anybody else. It's like, hey man, Muslim, I got different principles. I want to make sure I pray 5 times a day, because if I don't, I'm going to fall off. I want to make sure that I'm reminded about my principles as a human being and the way I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to be like. So those are some turning points inside of my life. And I mean, I'm grateful. I mean, I'm still working. I got a lot of work to do, because I still make a ton of mistakes, guys. A ton of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Some more mistakes. And I don't know how many more I'm going to make. But life is like we on the job training. We all learning, and we're going to continue learning. But I mean, I'm grateful that Allah had blessed me as I grew up with my children. Crazy, right? I did. I grew up with them. I was telling them, look, don't play with my toys, and I won't play with your toys. You know, it's mine. You know what I mean? But, you know, but we worked it out, man. It was 4 of us, and we was in a 1-bedroom in Hollywood. That's all I can get. You know, I slept on the couch for 4.5 years. No sisters would want to marry me because they saw me and 3 critters. I was like, dang, he cool, but he got them kids. And I understood, because it's like a backstory. But the most interesting part about it was I was like your typical black male. Stereotypical black male. This man got 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. Serious, man. I was just grateful because Allah blessed me to have all my children. I'm not ashamed to say it. Hopefully the mistakes that I made, you will learn from it and don't make those same mistakes. Be wise. You don't have to do this, guys. Okay? I mean, me and my son, we cool now. But, you know, we had some fights. Sabir? Put him on the spot. So, I'm sorry. That was a long answer to that question. I'm trying not to do that no more. But I get excited sometimes. And telling y'all what really happened behind the scenes. No, okay.
Hi. When you got to the stage in your life where you started to change your lifestyle, did you find that the people that were in your life before, did they change towards you, or are they still in your life, or did you have to just drop everything and start a whole?
I had to drop everything. They changed. They did. People do change because they want you to be the same. They don't, and it's not something so personal, because usually what happens is people want to change with you. It's just they're not strong enough. Sometimes some of them are not strong enough, and some of them are pulled by other different forces. Like you be trying to say, look, let's change. I have, even to this day, honestly, I don't really have any male friends that I could call, because usually, I mean, so they don't know. I have to remember that they don't know yet. Cause the dudes, we talk like you girls, y'all talk. You know what I mean? Man, you see what she said? She's this, man. She's this. We always got something sarcastic to say about women, but I kind of grew past that. You know what I mean? Like, no, I've been training myself positivity. Anything that looks so messed up, you know what I mean? The lady was throwing the guy's stuff out of the window, like, it was like, she's crazy, bro. But I was like, no, she's not crazy. She's just, you know what I mean, probably getting rid of a lot of his old stuff that he don't need anymore. Always trying to find the positive out of, you know what I mean? Then the stairs, it was just, her leg is probably hurting. She didn't want to carry everything down. I'm telling you, it's got to be something else. Why is she frowning? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, because again, her leg is hurting and she's probably, you know, taking in all the pain, you know. I'll always train myself to look at the positive, because another thing that I noticed Hollywood and all of my different life experiences, a lot of us have a negative eye. We just have a negative eye. We can always see something wrong, and we can never see anything right. No. So I just start reading, and then I kind of got this, and I'm telling you, from this hadith, when the Prophet said that the blessed man is one who is so concerned with himself, he don't even see the faults or the mistakes of others. And that blew me away, because sometimes everybody will always see something messed up that I was doing. And I'll be like, I'm trying, man, I'm trying. And you stop focusing on the mistake that I'm making and look at everything else I did. I just wanted a little credibility, just a little bit. And when I got there, I was like, wow, I have to be that person. and I started understanding that you have to be the change that you want to see. And I would just start working towards that, like, man, and I started reading different things, and then when the man said you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. And I was like, oh man, I want to be good, so I only want to attract what's good. And it's not fair. It was like, man, maybe I was some kind of chauvinistic individual, you know, messing up and everything, and that's the reason why don't nobody want to marry a dude with 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? All of the mistakes that I've made, I can blame everybody else, but man, it's really truly my fault. You know, all of the different, so I just still learning, trying, going strong, inshallah. Next question, please. Did I answer it right?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Sam, I'm getting shorter. It was a little bit shorter in here. Okay. Oh, sweet. My man from Saudi. He's from Saudi Arabia. He's my friend now.
What are some stereotypes that you find in the Hollywood movie about Muslims?
Well, that we terrorists. You know, that we terrorists, and we just, you know what I mean, we terrorists, we stink, you know. It's serious. That's, you know what I mean, we crazy. This is some stereotypes. And we yell all the time. It's not happy, we're aggressive people. Yeah, those are some stereotypes.
Hello again. When those stereotypes that you're talking about, because I know that it's in the media and everything, but I'm just wondering if that's really how people are, or is that just how the media makes us think it is? Like, when you're living in America, the general population, is their attitude, do you find that they're understanding towards Islam, or are they exactly what is shown in the media?
It is definitely the stereotype. It's called programming. It's like, look, if I come to the university, right? Oh, if I come to the uni, right? If I come to the uni, right? And then he's like, okay. Look, they point to this guy right here, because me and him, we on the same page, right? With the blue hoodie on and the glasses. Look at him, look at him, look at him. This guy right here. Put your hand up. Right, this one right there, yeah. If everybody pointed to him, right, and was like, that guy right there, he's a serial killer, man. He's serious, don't get in his way, don't get in his way. First thing you'll be like, no. But then if you hear it again from somebody else, then you hear it again from somebody else. If you're walking alone with him, it's programming. And I never took the time to say, hey man, how you doing? Or anything myself, or talk to him, anything myself. That's what happens. That's what happens in Hollywood, that's what happened in America, strong. And that's what happened in the minds of people. All they hear is they're terrorists, they want to blow up the planes, they want to do this and save the world from these people. They're crazy, they want to hurt and all that kind of stuff. They keep hearing that when they're alone with you. You surprise them when you smile and you say, oh hey, how you doing? When you help them with their bag, like, wow, guess what happened to me today, Sarah? What? Some Muslim girl. She picked up my bag for me. I dropped everything. She helped me pick up everything and put it back in my purse. Oh my God! Did she try to keep anything? You know what I'm saying? This is something serious. So part of it, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You might not want to hear this. Part of it is our fault. A big part of it is our fault. Because we stay so secluded and so to ourselves that we've forgotten to care about people. We be just all, you know what I mean, just separate from everybody else. We go to ourselves and we only make friends with, you know what I mean, Muslims, and we don't associate, we don't attend anybody else's events. You know what I mean? It's all about, okay, no, everything else is haram, and that's it. And then that's the reason why people get these ideas inside of their head, because they don't know anything else. And the reason they don't know anything else is because we haven't shared anything else. That's my opinion on it, and it's why I want to do in Hollywood. It's like, hey man, we have the same goals, people. Everybody want peace. Everybody want love. Everybody want a couple dollars and not have to be just down and out. You know what I mean? Everybody kind of really wants the same thing. But now we just get too cliquish. And we build off, and people build off those stereotypes. We out of time, right? Okay, guys. So, any other last questions before we go? Well, I'm happy to say that I'm doing a comedy show tonight. It's going to be at the LMA Center. I think we only have like maybe 20 tickets left. It's selling out. I'm going to do some halal comedy. So who said Muslims can't have fun? We want Christians. We want all your friends. We want Jews. We want Hindus. We want everybody to come out. We want to make it just a nice event for all of us to just try to come together and, you know, get to know one another a little bit more. So if you can, tickets is like $2,000. I know y'all can afford it. No. Tickets is like, you know, $50. You get dinner. You're gonna get a comedy show. We you know, what I mean, talk. We have some fun, and it's at the LMA Center. It's at 7:30. I think it is 7:30, 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, I don't know. Better say 7 to be safe. So say 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, because sometimes, you know, people got, you know, if y'all like color people time, Muslim people time too, we be late. We wait till the Iqamah is called before we get ready. So I thank you all for having me. Please make dua. Oh yeah, if y'all have any messages, I'm on the Facebook, you know, Omar Regan, I'm on there. I don't know, I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna try to see if this works tonight. Is it halal to poke on Facebook? No, I'm serious. I really am serious. Because his sister poked me, right? And she was in hijab. And I was like, oh man, mashallah. I was gonna poke her back. But then a message came up, you are about to poke Sister Mariam. I was like, oh. Haram. Sorry. I want everybody to come out, man. Come out, we're gonna have some fun. Come on. We're gonna do this and have a lot of fun, man. Come on up here, man. Assalamu alaikum, y'all. Shukran.
Just like you said, you can find